Hi everyone, this is part 2 of eating iconic foods here in Vancouver. As some of you guys might already know, Vancouver always has a very special place in my heart. And as much as I love seeing family and friends here, let's be real, I'm really here for the food. So in case you haven't watched it yet, part 1 is linked in the cards and you can find it in the description box below. And if you guys are interested in travel food tours like this, please give me a thumbs up. That would seriously help me know what you guys are into. And yeah, let's get chonk. We're starting the day here at Go Fish. This is an unassuming small little shack on Fisherman's Wharf where you can actually see Granville Island. They've been around since 2004 and there's always a long line here. They really take pride in sourcing their seafood directly from local fishermen. So in addition to their normal menu, you'll see some daily specials on the chalkboard. As for the fish and chips, you can actually choose from 3 different fishes. I think there's salmon, cod, and halibut. So what we have here is the classic cod and chips. I also love to get a side of soup. That is actually my favorite item here. We're gonna try the fish and chips first since it's freshly fried. Gonna dip it in the tartar sauce. The batter is so crispy and I really like how it's so seasoned. The fish is really flaky and tender inside. You can definitely taste the firmness and the freshness of the cod. Very, very good. And with the tartar sauce, it just adds this really nice acidity to it that really complements the friedness of the fish. And now let's try the fries. It's got the perfect crunch and crisp. I really like how the potatoes in there are pretty fluffy. There's a really, really good flavor to it. Very nicely seasoned, very good chips. And here we have the legendary daily soup of the day. It's always international inspired flavors. And today we have the red curry flavor, which is one of my favorites actually. Now that I think about it, it's always curry, but like in different kinds. There's green curry, there's red curry, but I don't mind because all their curry soups are so good. There's red onions in here, a lot of tomatoes, as well as coconut cream. There's also chunks of fish in here. It's a lot of stuff, but that's how you know it's gonna be good. Let's give it a try. Oh my God, I'm gonna talk later. Seriously having a ratatouille moment over here. Soup is flavorful as always. I have not been back to this place in years, but this place does not disappoint. There's so much going on here. It's creamy, it's tangy, there's a bit of spice from the curry. I just love how you also get that nice seafood flavor because they actually put chunks of fish in here. And a lot of times when they put seafood in soups and stews like that, they usually overcook it, but not here. Fish here is perfectly cooked. It's just so nice and tender inside the soup. And together with the curry flavors, it's very rich, it's really buttery. This soup is everything. Super, super hearty. As a Cantonese person, I've drank a lot of soups in my life, and this is a world-class soup, I'm telling you. So good. So we just got some donuts from Lee's. They have stores all over Vancouver, but the one in Granville Island is where it all started. Lee's is originally a mom and pop donut shop that started back in 1979. Their donut menu features a wide range of donuts from yeast donuts to cakey donuts. Their most popular donut is the honey dip, and my sister's favorite is the maple glazed donut. The blue from the Cookie Monster also really jumped out to me, so I got that as well. It's seriously been a minute since I've had these. Let's see whether they've maintained their quality. I think I'm gonna try their signature honey dip first. The glaze is just falling apart. The dough here is so airy, it almost deflates between your fingers as you're pressing the donut. The inside is really pillowy and you can definitely taste that floral honey sweetness. I also really like that crackle you get from the honey glaze, even though it's kind of going all over the place on the table. Glaze is pretty thin and I would say each bite is pretty balanced. Pretty good. Now let's try the maple glaze. This is my sister's favorite. I love how you can definitely smell the maple already. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah. It has that really nice smokiness from the maple glaze. It's sweet, the maple flavor is super strong. I'm kind of getting buttery caramel notes from it as well, which I really love. I would say when it comes to the donut, it's definitely on the cakier side, but I really love the flavors here. This really stands out. If you love Canadian maple, this is the flavor to get because the maple syrup flavor is just so pronounced in there, super fragrant, and just the right amount of sweetness without it feeling too heavy and overwhelming. Very, very nicely done. And here we have the Cookie Monster donut. You seeing this blue right here? That's what caught my eye. It just looks so cute and delicious. Let's see whether it holds up in flavor. Unfortunately, I've been fooled by its looks. It definitely looks better than it tastes. I was kind of expecting like a stronger cookie and cream flavor, but what I'm really just getting is just sweet and maybe some hints of Oreo from the crumbs that are on there. This one's a little bit disappointing. Texture-wise, it's basically the same cake base that they used for the maple one. Still a pretty good donut, but just not my favorite, and I don't think the flavors are particularly special. So, yeah, you can't always judge a book by its cover, I guess. So right now we're here at the Fable Diner. This place is located at the historic Lee building built back in 1912. The restaurant itself is pretty iconic as well because they're really known to locals as a farm-to-table diner. In fact, I think this place has been featured on Guy Fieri's show called Drive-Ins, Diners, and Dives. And right now, their sister restaurant is actually featured on the Michelin Guide. I think it's called Fable Restaurant. Whenever I'm here, I'm only here for one thing and one thing only. And it's for this roasted duck pancake right here. It's still one of the weirdest dishes I've had to date, but I think about it all the time whenever I'm in the US because it's just so good and so unique. You cannot find this anywhere else, truly. So the duck itself is slow roasted for 12 hours and then it's shredded. And then it's topped with cilantro, these Rice Krispies, as well as kimchi. And I think they have the spicy Japanese mayo on top, and at the bottom is actually a cornmeal pancake. Duck and kimchi on a pancake sounds like an abomination, but trust me, it actually works. All right, I just stacked the perfect bite. Let's give it a try. Oh my God. It's literally like an explosion of flavors in my mouth. So many textures going on here. You get that nice refreshing crunch from the kimchi. It tastes super fresh, nicely acidic. And then when you combine it with those charred Rice Krispies, it's just like elevating the crispy crunchiness to the next level. And then the duck is nicely marinated in that hoisin glaze. The texture is on point. It's nicely shredded. It's quite moist in there. Very well cooked. And then the mayo is actually a great way to add that creaminess that kind of melts everything together into one bite. And the kimchi in here is actually legit. It's not white people kimchi. It's actually the real deal. I think the chef got the recipe from his childhood friend or something like that. It tastes so good. You can definitely taste the chili in there. It's spicy, it's tangy. There's a good balance of flavors in this kimchi that's adding a lot to this dish. And that's what makes it really special. And don't even get me started on the cornmeal pancake. It has a really nice grainy texture to it, and it's not too sweet, but you can definitely taste that corn flavor in there. So good. It really serves as a very nice foundation to soak up all the juices from the duck, from the mayo, from the kimchi. The sweet and spicy and savory combo just works so well here, because who would think to put kimchi on a sweet pancake, right? But it actually works. This dish right here is always going to be my top 5 most favorite bites here in Vancouver. You cannot find this anywhere else but here. This is a masterpiece. And to round out this meal, I got their signature strawberry Oreo milkshake. This is the perfect dessert. Look at how pretty it is. There's whipped cream and strawberry syrup on top, and then it's lined with this chocolate fudge looking thing. And then this is the Oreo milkshake. I have to suck really hard in order to get the milkshake. Hold on. Wow. Okay, look, I don't normally like milkshakes, but this one is really well done. I'm also tasting some kind of saltiness. I don't know where it's coming from. Maybe from pretzels? I love it. It has this nice strawberry flavor to it. Strawberry Oreos is exactly how it tastes like. You get these really nice chunks of Oreo down in the bottom, but then the strawberry flavor is very pronounced as well, and it does not taste artificial, which I really appreciate here. Yeah, I'm still kind of confused about the salty part, but it's really, really nice because the saltiness in a dessert always balances out the sweet and it kind of makes you crave more of it. And for a milkshake, this is also not overly sweet. Don't get me wrong, it's still sweet, but not as sweet as the normal milkshakes that I've had. The only complaint is that I think the straw game right here is a bit weak because I have to suck really hard in order to get the milkshake, but that's not really their fault. If you love strawberries and Oreos and milkshake, this one is perfect for you. Right now we're here at Vidges. This place opened their doors back in 1994, and back then they were one of the first pioneers of Indian fusion fine dining here in North America. Until this day, their reputation still holds as they're currently featured on the Michelin Guide. This place has been on my bucket list for a really long time, so I'm really excited to be here today. But I must say, I'm a bit nervous because the recent reviews are quite mixed, so we will see, to be decided. The menu looks super extensive with many meat, vegetarian, as well as seafood options. So we're gonna try a little bit of everything from each section. We got the ling cod as well as the chicken schnitzel from the appetizer section. For mains, we're definitely getting their signature dish, lamb popsicles, as well as their better butter chicken. We also got some garlic and ginger naan as well as some basmati rice to go with everything. Trying their complimentary snack here. I think it's some kind of cracker with sour cream. Very crunchy, crispy texture. Flavor-wise, I'm tasting some masala spices in here, and the sour cream gives it that tanginess. So I wasn't thinking about getting the chicken schnitzel initially, but the waiter really highly recommends it. So I decided to get it. This is basically a fried, breaded piece of chicken that's pounded thin, and it's covered in this butter chicken sauce. I got a little bite right here. Let's try it. The breading stays light but crunchy. I really like how the chicken inside is really tender and juicy. I was actually expecting the sauce to be on the sweeter side, but it's more acidic and tangy than I expected it to be. The sauce is definitely really bright, and because it's so acidic, it makes it a lot more palatable and it doesn't feel too heavy. Pretty good. So here we have the ling cod dish. It's fried in this rice flour crust. It's tossed in this chili sauce and topped with pickled onions. Here we have the ling cod. I wouldn't say it's super crispy, but I do appreciate that the batter is really well seasoned with the spices. The chili sauce definitely adds a good amount of heat to it. The cod is really flavorful, but something about it, I'm not sure if I would order it again. It feels a little bit more one note right now. I think I was expecting the ling cod to be a lot more fried, a lot more crispy. So not getting that, it's a little bit disappointing. It's still a good dish nonetheless. Very flavorful in terms of the cod and everything, but right now it feels a tad bit flat. And here we have the signature dish here at Vidges. This is the wine marinated lamb popsicles. These grilled lamb chops right here are marinated with white wine and mustard, and they're plated over this fenugreek curry with spinach potatoes. Look at this lamb right here. It's nicely seared. Let's give it a try. The lamb is really nicely seared, and I love the smoky flavor you get from it. It's super tender. I do think it can be even juicier. I think mine is slightly overdone, but I really love the flavors. It's super well seasoned. And one fun fact is that I actually don't like eating lamb usually, but this is pretty nice. I like that it's not too gamey. There's some mild sweetness from the meat that I really enjoy here. Actually, it looks like my friend's lamb chop was medium rare, so there's a bit of inconsistency. And now let's try the sauce. It's actually a very bright sauce. I'm getting a lot of citrusy, acidic flavors in there. Very buttery and fragrant, and I love how the potatoes are cooked perfectly, very soft and tender. I'm also tasting some turmeric in here as well. I've never had this kind of curry before. I guess this place does specialize in fusion. Here we have the better butter chicken. This is grilled chicken breast in tomato fenugreek cream sauce. The chicken's really dry. The chicken breast here is definitely overcooked, but the sauce definitely tastes kind of like a gravy. It's creamy, it's buttery, nicely salted. I'm not really tasting that much spices in here. I wouldn't say it's my favorite in terms of a butter chicken. Maybe they intended for this to be on the mild side when it comes to the spices. I'm gonna try it with the naan. This is a ginger garlic naan. I like that there's a nice char to it and it crackles really nicely. The naan is really good. Very, very crispy on the outside and very soft and fluffy on the inside. I can definitely taste the garlic ginger flavor as well, even though it is on the mild side. I think overall my favorite is actually the chicken schnitzel. They have the best sauce. It has a lot of depth and flavor and spices in there. I would say when it comes to the main dishes like the lamb and the chicken, it's more on the mild side, a tad bit bland. It's giving white people curry in a sense that it's a different kind of cuisine and technique that they're trying to achieve here. And there's beauty in that. And people love it. So maybe just not my thing, but I'm glad I came here to try it anyway. For our final stop today, we are here at Pho Tan. This is a mom and pop Vietnamese restaurant, and I feel like the real ones will know what I'm really talking about. This place is an institution for so many locals that grew up here in Vancouver. So this place has been around for decades, and the old location used to be in Kerrisdale, but unfortunately, because of a fire, it was burnt down 2 years ago, and now they have a new location in Kingsway. I have so many friends and family that absolutely swear by this place, to the point where my sister, she is such a big fan that when this place burnt down, every single day she was tracking when it would open back up. And she was here on the first day of its opening. This goes to show how crazy she is, but also just how good the food here is. You'll find a lot of Vietnamese classics here, but the right move is to get number 16. It has got to be number 16 every single time because that's what they're best at. It's their satay beef pho, and I swear to God, that's what everyone here orders. We're also gonna get some imperial rolls on the side as well as a lemongrass pork banh mi. So first up right here, we have the imperial rolls. These are the deep fried spring rolls, and I think there's pork and veggies in there. Let's give it a try. This right here literally tastes like it's straight out of the fryer. It's so crispy, very, very crunchy, and it literally shatters when you put it in your mouth. You're getting these nice flavors from the peppery pork as well as the veggies. I think there's some glass noodles in here as well as some wood ear mushroom. It gives it that really nice texture, a very nice crunch as well. I really like how the filling still stays juicy without feeling really, really greasy, even though it is deep fried. And when you dip this in the nok mam, the fish sauce, it just has this really nice, refreshing, vinegary sweetness that really helps cut through the richness of this roll. Very, very savory. The flavors and the texture super on point. And here we have the lemongrass pork banh mi. As you can see here, there's some pickled radish, some pickled cucumbers, jalapenos, and of course the pork. I'm seeing this really nice char, so I'm really excited. The toasted baguette also has a nice feel to it. All right, let's give this a try. The lemongrass pork in here has such a nice smoky char to it. You can really, really taste it. I just love that bitterness, and it goes so, so well with that sweet marinade. I think the pork can be a bit juicier, but it's still very, very tender and has a very, very nice chew to it. I also really love the pickled veggies in here. It gives it that nice, refreshing crunch, and it tastes really fresh, not soggy at all. And don't even get me started on the baguette. It is nicely toasted, it's still warm, and also it's just so light and crisp, and that's exactly how you want it to be. A little bit airy, not too dense, not too chewy. This is the perfect bread. And here we have the famous number 16. As you can see here, there's some raw slices of beef on top of the noodles, and then this orange broth that you're seeing is basically the satay pho soup. It's topped with some cilantro and some onions. It literally smells so good. I'm gonna dig in. Oh my God. The soup hits every single time, and this is exactly how I remembered it. Just as good. You get these savory umami flavors from the beef, the sweetness from the coconut milk, the fragrance from the peanuts, as well as this really nice gentle kick from the chilies. All the flavors here are so balanced with the sweet, savory, as well as acidity. So it just makes you want to drink more and more of that soup. It's very hearty. Now let's try the beef. I really love how they're super thinly sliced. Oh yeah. The beef is super tender and very flavorful. It's cut just the right amount of thickness. It has such a nice soft chew in your mouth. Very nice. And now let's try the noodles. The rice noodles here are perfectly cooked. I really love a rice noodle that has a good chew and consistency to it. Like it's not too soft, not too soggy. This one is just the right amount when it comes to the bounciness. And the onions also give it that really nice aroma and fragrance to it. Everything works in here. And when you mix everything together, the onions, the cilantro, the soup, the beef, it's just so many great flavors going on. And that's what makes this number 16 super addictive. And that's why everybody keeps coming back here. Number 16, man. So this pretty much sums up part 2 of the iconic Vancouver food tour. I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments which meals you're most excited about from the video. Go check out part 1 of the video in case you haven't, and please like and subscribe for more Vancouver food tours that's about to drop. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye!